Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning. Had a little difficulties doing what I wanted to do this morning, but we decided to go live back on YouTube here this Friday morning. Hopefully you had a fantastic Thanksgiving. We're going to be jumping in. I got a few things I want to make sure I got on the charts before we get going. But if you're watching for the first time, welcome. We're super pumped that you're here this morning. It's going to be a good stream today. Hopefully we have some fun hanging out, answering questions and things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and finish what I'm trying to get on my charts, and then we will take a look at the chat, see what people are saying, see how Thanksgiving was. So there's midnight open right there. But it's going to be pretty chill. We're going to have a pretty chill morning. We have not hit midnight open. Midnight open has not been tapped since this morning. And then what do we have for regular trading hours? Is this Wednesday? Yep. Nice market maker sell model just ended here this morning at 9 a.m. and quite a retracement there so far. We'll see if people want to see if the market wants to continue back down to fill this area, or if we're going to continue higher. Let's go get a higher time frame look here. Good morning, Lone Walker. How you doing? Morning, Tony, Sandra. Good morning. The market already had a beautiful play here this morning. I was not on for it, unfortunately. But great move lower Wednesday and yesterday. Running these lows. So now that we've run those lows and closed up here, we'll see what the market wants to do. As far as news goes, let's see. Do we have anything on the calendar here? We have no news today. Yeah, no news today. So the pre-market may have given us the best move here this morning. We'll see. Here's the 4 hour. 4 hours wicked lower. Grab that. And sitting up here, we have midnight open up there. We have no fair value gaps. Everything's been filled in on a 4 hour basis. Nothing clear to me on that. The hourly, we have an hourly fair value gap here. Midnight open. As if we take a look at structure here, we had this happen yesterday. So if we're going to continue a bearish sentiment, we have the structure for bearish sentiment for lower prices. We haven't hit previous day high or low. And honestly, we're basically sitting right at equilibrium right from yesterday's range. There's equilibrium right there. So we're in premium right now. Inside a 15-minute fair value gap. overlapping with this mitigation block. We have some relatively equal highs, which are somewhat interesting. And then what do we got for London? This would also be London high. Okay, I think that fills everything that I want to make sure I got on my charts here. We got about 7 minutes before open. Ted, good morning. Thanksgiving was great. The market was open over the holidays, but it was pretty chill. I did try to take a trade, and it didn't do anything, so I just got out, turned off the charts, and walked away. Here is the opening price for the Thanksgiving for Thursday. It ran all the way up to the equal highs. I was off by before it got up to here. I was seeing all this and it did absolutely nothing. But then it started having a nice move here. This would have been decent to play in. You just don't know when it's going to start happening. Obviously, it started happening when we hit these equal lows, or the London low that we had here. Let's remove that. We swept this low from yesterday. We tagged yesterday's new day opening gap. This was from Thursday, from Thanksgiving. And this is a 15-minute BISI that we are finding support in on the 5-minute. Oops. Those new day opening gaps, I'm pretty sure that was from Thursday, right? Right here. Yeah, it was the opening of Thursday's market. Yeah, so that was for Thursday. And we bounced right on that. Equal lows down here. Low resistance liquidity right here. We have a lot of new day opening gaps sitting here. We have today's new day opening gap right here on the 29th. Sitting right here with the 26th, and we got the 25th new week opening gap sitting right here. Not gonna lie, I like this to the downside here. I'm going to get my copier trader set up here. Okay, here's open. See if we hit these new day opening gaps again. $930 model worked this morning. Didn't fill the whole thing up, but we have, let's see if we get a reaction here. Let's see, how are we doing, guys? Looks like market was over the holidays. Good morning, Ted, Tony, Jordy, good morning. We did have an awesome Thanksgiving. Played a lot of charades, actually. This was the Thanksgiving of charades. That's what this weekend was about. I'm watching that level there, but see if we don't run that level. Dang it. That looked really nice for a play to the downside. I just was hoping it wasn't going to run it, because it just ran liquidity there. And it filled the new week opening gap, or new day opening gap, so that's why we don't take it now. So it didn't close. It basically removed our opportunity to take anything. No fair value gap since opening price here this morning. Jordy, Ted. Yeah, the trade worked out. To be honest, I'm starting to notice, especially with my 930 model, as I'm paying way more attention to opening price, I'm beginning to see how opening works in relation to where it is in the market. It's been kind of interesting, to be honest. I wouldn't say my eyes have been opened in a way, but it's been very intriguing to keep an eye on it because I've been way more intentional on what's happening with the opening price and watching it, and I've noticed more things because, you know, when you're in a trade, you pay attention. You know what I mean? So it's been interesting. I like upside. I like downside. I don't know, Jordy. I don't know. I personally don't know. I like these equal highs and the London high. Midnight open has not been ran yet, so there's evidence for that, 100%. We may come down a little bit before first. We have a 15-minute that hasn't been tagged right here. That's overlapping with a breaker. So that would be interesting. I could see that. I could see that as a narrative. Here to there. Keep it more of an inside fake break day. No fair value gap here for the drop lower. And I am not expecting a trend day, so I'm not looking at taking any types of trades off order blocks or anything like that. Man, those all look horrible. The only thing that looks good here is, let's see, this 5-minute. That's really it, folks. For an upside move, there's not a clean fair value gap to the upside. A clean single fair value. We got multiple fair value gaps, but like you got this one here and this one here, right? I would prefer this to be one. So you could combine them and say when it breaks this level right here to this high, that would be the next best thing, is this inversion right here. You could potentially look at that as playing that to this swing high sitting right here. Let's see what that is for as far as... All right, that's 10 handles. I mean, that's not bad. That's at least within the range of what I'd be looking for. I mean, this is pretty aggressive, so I'm willing to keep an eye on this. Break even would be at this high. We'd probably want to target more and see if it pushes up into some of these levels. Maybe target the London high, to be honest. We have a 30-second that's even higher, though. That's the concern, is there's a 30-second for inversion right here. So let's see how it plays out.
Order submitted.
All right, we'll take it. Let's see what happens here. We are rejecting off of that 30-second right now. So we need to get through that 30-second inversion. And we did not close above that 30-second. Okay, that failed. We're going to close that. That 30-second that I pointed out right here is where we came into our roadblock here. I just marked it and was watching it, and we didn't go through it. So now if we run through that 30-second, that would be a green light for this trade because the 1 minute failed. That looks very bullish, but I'm not going to take it yet.
Order submitted.
We're going to try one more time here. Stop loss is going to be pretty close to break even once I hit that. Watching that level there.
Order submitted.
Don't give me another one. You got to be kidding. Okay, it didn't close there. If it's going to give me 2 trades in a row of a blow, that's going to hurt.
Order submitted.
Yeah, that's 2 losses, folks. And if it goes back up, I'm going to be annoyed. Good morning, Deborah. How you doing? So we just took 2 losses that now are just straight up consolidating. After this nice push higher, I mean, both those look decent, to be honest. And the 5-minute closed on top of that. Right here. This 5-minute closed also on top of it. We're doing good. Had a good Thanksgiving, hung out with family, played a lot of charades. We played a good amount of charades yesterday. It was fun. I was green, then I wasn't. One minute on this 15-minute candle. I mean, that looks bullish to me. We'll see if it wants to close above this order block here. Well, stay out of this consolidation. Got an obvious, if we can hit that high here, we have a nice 1 minute inversion. That would look nice for a downside play. Alright, so we did hit that. It did eventually run the levels that I want. It just decided to be in straight up consolidation first. This is a breaker right here on the 32nd. Right there. I like the idea of aiming for London high. Just the way the price action, this price action has been looking, it's been kind of, I had 2 inversions fail immediately. That eventually went my way. So basically I look at this as sloppy. So I'm not sure if I want to get in until I know that we're going to have clear price action. I do like the idea of running for London high though. I just don't know if I want to trade it in high resistance liquidity here. Yeah. I need to put 930 price on there. This is also our first fair value gap. There's a tiny little breaker in here from that push higher. Right here. See if it wants to come up in here and find resistance around this. And maybe a continuation lower. We got equal lows, relatively equal lows down here. But I do want to be careful because we do have the London highs. That's a nice draw on liquidity. So if it does blow past this, I would be looking at this for an inversion, or this 1 minute as an inversion. Watch this 30-second. 1 minute might move too fast. "30-second technically did close. I think I'm waiting till this 1 minute closes. Alright, I think that's going to be enough there. Let's see if it gives a push here. Took a 20 handle, funded winner. Way to go, bro. We got our first point of interest is going to be this high right here. Sorry, I'm looking at two things here, and I decided to take that I'm going to see if we can push towards the London highs as a target. Stops to break even because we hit that swing high. We got some low resistance liquidity there over on the 5 and 15 minute. See if it wants to push that or if it's just going to retrace back down and stop me out. That's a nice close on the 1 minute. Oh, I like that. Let's see if he can give me another push higher here. Nice push. Aggressive stab lower, fake out. Watching the close of this candle. Okay. Another bullish. Made a higher high with the bodies, so I'm going to hold. Looking at that London high. You can't see the London high on the charts here. It's sitting right here. That's London high right now. I'm not liking that. See if we close green here. I'm going to take 2 contracts off. See if we can get another push here. Hit the London highs. Not right now, bud. Come on, make a higher high here. Okay. Slightly higher high. Let's push into it. There we go. Got one contract left. Let's see if it wants to do anything else here. Reaching for midnight open. That's an option. It's midnight open. Nice higher high. Nine o'clock. 10 o'clock, excuse me. Nice, strong bodied close. Let's see if we can get just an aggressive push there. Last thing I want is a reversal right here, or retracement. And then, which is, it happens. You'll get 3 aggressive candles, 4 aggressive candles, then you get a retracement. And then it kind of consolidates, running back up to there. So that's the only thing I'm looking at here. I'm going to put a stop loss there. Right under the highs, the London highs. And it could easily stop me out there. I'm fine with that. Give it opportunity to run if it wants. You're on a new 15-minute candle. This could easily stop me. Yeah. We'll see what happens there. We did hit this order block right here to the tick, almost. Maybe overlapped barely. But that is nice signature and price. I just didn't want it to retrace all the way back down to where I was. So ES hit London high as well. It did. Yeah, you see how aggressive? Just a note, just a little teaching moment on my end for myself, to be honest. So I took 2 longs here. I took this inversion long here on the 1 minute, and then I saw it failed, and then it closed above the 30-second, and I took that one as well, and that one failed. Really annoyed because it was aggressive. So I saw this aggressive price action, and that was what kind of got me to take the trade. Well, we passed that, aggressively move lower, and then aggressively move higher. This signature, I'm probably going to take every time. Even though I tried it twice here and failed, I tried it again here. Because I'm like, I know this signature and price works. It does it all the time. Unfortunately, it just got me on 2. It slapped me in the face twice before I was able to get this 40 handle winner. 30, yeah, we'll say 30 handle winner. But that's part of the game. It's part of the game. That's why you have to have proper risk management. So we managed our risk properly here. We had 2 losses. They were both about 10 to 15 handle losses. And then we got a 30 handle win here, which basically recovered all my losses. So I mean, I don't regret taking these trades either. I really don't. They ended up working out as well. I just like Ryan said earlier, the price action was sloppy. So here it's pushing up higher. Reaching midnight open and new week opening gap sitting right there. So now that we closed with this candle of here, I would like to see this candle give support. Unless we enter a range of consolidation, we probably shouldn't come much below this, or the body should stay relatively above this before we hit this high. This is key. Once we hit this midnight open, which midnight open is sitting right here, we have these 2 swing highs right here. Once we run those 2, whatever I said about this order block, you can get rid of that. Because price, once it runs liquidity, has permission to continue to run the other direction. So here's midnight open. There's the new week opening gap. Let's see if did it purge that high. It did. And it purged that last high. So now we're going to watch to see how this candle closes. Does it close full-bodied or wicky? If it closes wicky, that's the premature signs of potential reversals. This is what people take called a turtle soup. I don't like taking those because I've been wrong too many times. So we're just going to see how price wants to play out here over the next few minutes. See if it's just going to be a continuation here, or if it's potentially looking at reversal status, reversal signatures. We are watching, and we only trade the Nasdaq. So Nasdaq is sitting right up here. You'll see NQZ 2024. That's the 1 minute time frame, 30-second time frame, and then right on the left side is the 15-minute time frame. Took the 4-hour high. Let's check that out. Yep, so 4-hour sweep of liquidity right there. Yeah, to me that's a big level that if it wants to come back and stay in this range because it's a no news day, this is where I would say it would do it, unless it does my least favorite type of trading days, which are trending days. The reason why they're my least favorite type is I have not created myself a model for that. I need to, but I just haven't yet. A model has a relatively high win rate. But normally what I do is play off the order block for a continuation. We'll see. All right, Leon, well, welcome. Glad you're here, my friend. We are on TradingView, so everything you see on screen is a TradingView. That's the platform I use. So even though we had a strong bodied close here, I'm still waiting. We're still relatively close. Price can really play above these levels, you know, let's say it's about here. It can play somewhere in this range and still roll over. Okay? So I'm still keeping an eye on it. I'm not going to take anything at this point. If there was an opportunity, it would have been on this retracement. But I was already in a trade and I got stopped out. Got stopped out at the London high. So that was the opportunity. And that purge right there really sucks, because I could have capitalized on that. That's okay. Jordy, you created your account 4 months ago. Is that what you're saying? You took a 1 minute 9:37. Did you not close it? See, I followed my rules, Ryan. If you followed your rules, you would have been a loser too. Oh yeah, okay, so it's obviously still pushing higher. So when we see price pushing higher, we need to look left, okay? So on the 4-hour right here, we looked left and there's nothing. There's nothing to the left of this 4-hour that really grabs my attention. So we need to drop, we could jump to the dailies. Okay, so we have this daily volume imbalance sitting right here. We could be reaching for. That's a possibility. We're not too far away from there. We're only 20 points. Let's drop down to the 1 hour, see if there's anything before that. Here's a 1 hour swing high. 1 hour swing high sitting right there. That could be of interest. That's a big level. That's 8 a.m. That's an 8 a.m. high, so between 8 and 9. And then let's drop down to the 15-minute. And there's not a fair value. We've already closed all the 15-minute fair value gaps. So we have this hourly high, which also has this right there. That's that. I think Ted, did you mention this? The opening range gap right there. So we got this opening range gap that has not been filled yet. So these are the two interest points, I would say. Filling this opening range gap, this swing high, all of those could be of interest. So if we're going to participate in this, for me personally, I would want to see something like this and then get in on the retracement. Why do we get on the retracement? You might be thinking, Tyler, well, what if it just reverses? Well, we need to understand that price only runs for two reasons. It runs for liquidity and runs for imbalances. So this big yellow box is an imbalance. This level here is liquidity. So if we see a retracement, if we see a price moving lower, we need to have a broader spectrum of the market and understand that it wants to run for these levels. So anything that is running the opposite direction is trying to fake you out. It's trying to steal your money, trying to get you to go short, trying to get you out of your long, whatever it may be. So we want to wait for some type of retracement to a minor key level. It could be all the way down to here. It could be to this order block here. It could be to the midnight open. It could be to the new week opening gap right here, right? And then we want to see price reverse back to do the continuation of reaching for the liquidity. That's what I would be looking for, and that's how I view price. Same with these. Why did I have my stop loss here in this case? When price came up here, I had my stop loss below the London high. To me, this London high was the key level. I was wrong to assume that this did not want to run higher. So I moved my stop loss here because I did not want it to reverse key level. That's why, because this London high was a key level. It could have reversed here. It had the permission to reverse after it runs a key level. And London high is a key level. But what did it do instead? It made everybody think it was going to reverse and then continues higher. You sometimes can't predict that. This is why you leave a runner. I just moved my runner too close to allow this retracement to stop me out before it continued higher. So I was prepared for a reversal at this point because I viewed this level as a key level. But because we pushed higher, it's told me that this isn't the key level it's looking at. So then I'm looking at midnight open. It runs through it. Up tells me that's not the key level it's looking at. It's telling me that at least for right now, this swing high, which is an hourly swing high, and this opening range gap midpoint is the key level. So we're right now at the midpoint of this opening range gap. The only way I would be interested is seeing some type of retracement here before we hit this level. If we hit this level beforehand, well, then it's going to go without me because I'm not going to participate in a continuation of a breakout without any type of retracement. Because at any given moment, this could retrace on me. We could go long right here and be like, oh, it's so close, it has to hit it. And then it runs the opposite direction 30 handles. That's the last thing we want to do. So we want to wait for that retracement, find the support, and then take a calculated risk that it wants to reach for this high. And it looks like it's going to do it without us. You see this order block here? So we want to see, price came down and respected that order block's high. We had a down close candle into that. This one should be an expansion candle or a proportion block. So proportion block here, meaning this candle should expand higher. If it doesn't, then that means this wasn't a proportion block. This candle or the next one. It's usually within 2 candles. So it did make a higher high here. That's a good sign. Now it just made equal highs. Sometimes I've seen price make equal highs on these key levels and then retrace a big amount, but here, obviously, it's not. All right, now the question is this the key level we've been waiting for? Is this the level that it wants to now start finding consolidation from? I mean, we also have a London high sitting right there. But this candle is giving us that answer, right? It barely touched that level and it had a retracement. Now, it could still go higher. I'm not saying I know if it's going to go lower or higher here. But when I look for key levels, this kind of a candle is what I'm looking for a reaction. Because you can take trades off of key levels like this for retracement. Because that retracement alone was 12 handles. So let's just see. I mean, we're just reading price right now. We're not taking any trades. We're just trying to read price by giving a hypothesis on what's going to happen and watch price play out. Because that's how we learn to read price action better. Is by giving a hypothesis on what we think is going to happen, seeing what happens with the price and with the trade, and learning from it. The only one that we see right here is this order block finding nice support on, again on that down move, and then bounced and moved higher. So we just made another higher high. Let's see if that sustains. And we tell by the body. Does this body close above all of this, or is it just a wick? If the bodies stay in this range, then we may have found some level of equilibrium where it wants to consolidate around. Oh, you created a trending model for 4 months ago, Jordy. Nice. See how we made a higher high here, but then price closed red or black? That's completely different than all of this, isn't it? It's completely different than all of this. To me, this tells me it's either reversing or consolidating. It's too early to tell if it's reversing or consolidating. Which one it is, I don't know. The deck, welcome, my friend. Let's look at the 15-minute here. Or 5-minute. 5-minute here. All right, so nice that we see this green candle hit that key level. So if we want to see a change in state of delivery, we want to see these down close candles close below this green candle. That will give us a 5-minute change in state of delivery. Right there. This would be a 5-minute change in state of delivery. And that's kind of what I want to see to give me confirmation that price may want to retrace more than just a small retracement. So this order block failed, as we can tell. So we can just delete that. Midpoint of this last price leg higher is right here. We'll see if it wants to reach down into that. So looking at the 5 minute, we got this 5 minute fair value gap that's been tagged by this down close candle. We haven't reached into this 5 minute yet, though. We just want to wait over the next minute and a half to see if it closes below this change in state of delivery. Now, I will say this and admit this, that I've seen price make these and then just do this for a little bit, and then it continues higher. That could be in the cards. I just don't know. We haven't seen enough price action to tell. But there's all kinds of different ways that price could play out. We just got to watch it and become familiar with enough to try to predict what's going to happen so we can capitalize on it. And sometimes capitalizing on it means staying out of the market completely. Thanks, Blake. I appreciate it. It was 100 points. It was 100 ticks. It was 160 ticks. So it was about 40 handles. But I think I had a 100-point move in another trade, maybe on my channel. I appreciate the compliment, though. I think I have a long ways to go. At least I know what's going on inside me when I see these trades. All right. We hit this level here, this down close candle. To me, that is a minor breaker. Nothing I would want to take a trade off of. A high, low, higher high. We broke lower. Price comes up into that level here. See that? All the bodies were respecting that, and it could drop right here. Why am I not taking anything? I'm kind of sitting on my hands a little bit, seeing something that's obvious. So even though I might be reading price action, it is much easier for me to read price action than to take a trade based on what I'm reading. That requires more confidence, right? I mean, there's zero risk in me saying, hey, here's a breaker right here. It could go lower. And it does, right? But price reading also builds my confidence in my ability to take trades. But it just takes so much time. It takes time. You just got to do it over and over and over. For me, what I'm looking for is the obvious trade. Is the obvious trade in my book. And I haven't seen that yet. So we can confidently say that this hourly fair value gap was the target for this giant move higher. This hourly swing high. Let's see what happens at this midpoint here. We have a long ways to go to, not a long ways to go, but we still have a previous day high that's sitting over here. I'm not taking it, ruling it out that it can't hit that, but the odds are that 11% of the time we will have a candle that doesn't break the low or the high. 77% of the time we will break either the high or the low of the previous day candle. So could we assume that this could see higher prices? That would be my assumption. Even though we have this nice retracement here, knowing that there's a 77% chance we hit the previous day high, it could be this low, and it could just completely collapse, and it could run for this low. That is a real option. But if we see price aggressively moving higher from here, from this point, that's something that we should consider. This previous day high is sitting here, and we know that there's a high probability that it may want to run for that. So we have to consider that as well. So there's a lot of things that go into trading, folks. And it just takes time and reading price action. But, this right here looks wonderful. I would love to see lower prices. But look where the body of this candle closed. Right where we marked. Right where we marked. Isn't that crazy? And we had it there before we even saw this whole move lower. Yeah, but still, Blake, 100 ticks, 160 ticks is still really exciting. When you see you're in the green by that many, yeah, it's nice. Oh, yeah. Now what we're doing is looking, instead of these down close candles, we're looking at these up close candles for resistance. Does price want to stop there? And if it doesn't, it may give us an opportunity to take a trade like that to the upside. Low resistance liquidity here. We may find some resistance here again. Okay, so this body closed right on that level. So even though we see a push higher here, we need to wait for a close to really tell us if it's going to respect or disrespect this down close candle. The 30-second did close above this right here. We just didn't take it. I like this, but I don't, because I know that this could be a market maker sell model, and that concerns me. I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to take it. I like the reaction though. We'll see where this candle, if it finds support here, that could be a second opportunity if you wanted to take it. But I'm not. I'm sitting here watching. I might change it. We'll see. All right, I changed my mind. We're going to see, we want it to hit this level here. I need it to hit this level right here. That's close enough for me to move my stop to break even. We're We're going to see if it wants to push higher and right through all of that. I'm going to take some contracts off because in case it doesn't want to break this high, I need to take some profit. That body close lower told me I need to consider taking some off. So I'm glad I did. Rest of it was stopped out at break even. Looks like it didn't close me out. I don't even know what's going on. It did not close my trades completely. That sucks. Well, not for a long, because it put me in a reverse position. That sucks. We have a 30-second right here. This is the last defense for it stopping and not running these highs. This tiny little fair value gap right there. That sucks. I don't know why I did that. Talking about the last, okay, so great big reaction here. This was kind of what I wanted to prevent by going long. Is sometimes it won't actually see it through and then just aggressively run the other way. I should have held that short, but I mean it was an accidental short. I'm not gonna play that. Well, let's just do it. How many times have you guys gone in an accidental trade and then be like, "Oh, let's just wait and see what finds out what happens," and then you find out. Nope, not me. I'm not doing that. All right. I'm obviously I think we're gonna see lower prices here, but we really have to be careful. I want to see lower prices. That's what I want to see. But this 30-second looks fresh too. Can't see it on the 30-second. There it is. Oh, it didn't close on the MNQ. On ES it did. Or on NQ it did. Yeah, it was worth a shot. Make sure I'm out of the trade. Okay. I did like this candle here as manipulation. As soon as I saw this candle, that's why I took the shot with lower contracts. This right here, I like this as manipulation. And then when it immediately came back and covered it up, that's why I took it. Because I saw this as manipulation where it may want to still go higher, but I took smaller contracts. We're coming up to the macro, the 11 a.m. macro. We'll see what price wants to do here in a few minutes. Yeah, we have only this 30-second fair value gap that's sitting above, and it's a little small for me. It could make a low-risk entry, and what I mean by that is your stop is relatively small, but you could get a big candle like this, and who cares what your stop is because you're not closing it until it closes below, and it could be a large close. So manipulation lower, replacing that completely with a push higher. That's attractive. But then see how you get that type of reaction right away. This is why those type of entries are really scary. Because you can get wild reactions sometimes. Because we're so high in premium. That candle wicked down into that order block right here. Let's see if it wants to close higher above it, running that high. That would be nice. And close above it. That's the big thing. We want to see a nice push. There it is. There it is. Price action's actually not that bad. It's pretty decent. It has been decent. So now that we've ran higher here, I'm looking at London high here. I'm looking at the close of this opening range gap and potentially filling the remainder of this, potentially running for this previous day high sitting here. We'll see how price wants to react here. Quite the reaction the other direction, huh? Nice close. Target would be here if you're interested in taking a short off of that. I'm not. Looking like that's going to work out though. See if it wants to hit it. There it is. Target hit on that inversion right here. Nice low resistance on the 1 minute. Look at all this low resistance liquidity here. That's an aggressive move lower in this candle, most likely. Swept also this low here. A little breaker. I'll see if that wants to do that. I kind of like that a little bit. These are going to be quick trades. I'm just looking for it to push underneath here. Nice. Let's see if it gives me a continuation or if it starts wicking back up. Come on, give me a big push right here. There it is. Come on. I'll take that. About 10 handles, a little under 10 handles there. We were sitting right at this 1 minute right here, or 30-second right here, that I just wasn't sure if it was going to get under or if it was going to reverse, but it eventually closed. It did close below it. So we could see that run for these lows right here now. Candle wicked up. Oh, I saw that. That was beautiful. This candle wicked up into this low. That is a beautiful signature in price, folks. Oh my gosh, I wish I was still in that. Like I said, I still have a long ways to go. What was I saying? This candle right here, wick, retracement, close, close, open. We run back up where? Into the low of this down close candle. Everything else has been balanced. We don't have to fill that fair inversion. And as soon as I saw when we opened, we immediately ran to that low and stopped. I'm like, oh, this is nice. And then it drops very quickly. That's a beautiful signature in price I've seen quite often. But don't try to take it until you see it over and over and over again. And it can't be a trade on its own. It needs to be a confluence based on something else. So in this case, we had an inversion here, confluence, meaning, all right, I'm expecting lower prices. Oh, we hit it. All right, I'm already expecting lower prices. This should drop some more. Boom. That's how you use it. Low resistance liquidity here on the 30-second and on the 1 minute. Probably should see price run down to the midnight open here. That's what I would want to see. Also, the new week opening gap sitting right there. I would say more about the new week opening gap than the midnight open. Breaker right there. Breaker right there. Let's see what happens here. I do like the idea of lower prices here from that. Right. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. Right when I said that, I got in for a short. I said I do like seeing lower prices here. Let's see if it can give me a push to this low here without losing all that it gave me. Yeah, that's why you just move your stop to break even fairly quick, because you can get all kinds of different. Yeah, it looked great, and then the next candle wants to run back over it. So it's having a lot of overlapping price action here. So Blake, I wish I didn't burst your bubble here, but these are micro contracts because we're on a no news day. So I have this copied on 6 different accounts. So I have 6 accounts that are trade on the micros right now. And I typically trade with 5 micros on no news days, on days with less, not very good price action. And then I'll jump up to 10 micros or 1 mini contract for those days. So my standard is 5 micros. I wish that I was doing, I wish those were mini contracts. But yes, if I was trading 3 contracts with 10 handles, it's $300. But I can't get starstruck by the dollar amount because I know that I'll eventually get to that point. So will you. But it's more, and your primary focus needs to be on risk management. Risk management. So yeah, micros allow you to, so with my 6 contracts, with my 6 accounts, I'm doing 3 mini contracts combined. So 5 micros times 6 is 30 micros. That adds up to be three mini contracts. So I am doing that amount, but it's just spread out on multiple different accounts. And why do I do this? I do that to reduce my risk so I don't blow accounts. I'm in the game of how long can I stay in the game till I see more profitability. I'm already profitable, but I want to see more. So this is just part of the process you have to go through. Every trader will go through this. You cannot get into trading, say, oh, I want to start out taking 5 mini contracts. You're going to lose everything. You have to be mindful and focus primarily on education, not profits. And if you're going to focus on education, you reduce your size down to a single micro, down to 2 micros, and you start building from there. Or you start adding accounts. And I chose, instead of building higher, to build wider. So I have 6 funded accounts that these are copied to, so that when I have a $100 day, that's $600. When I have a $200 day, that's $1,200, right? So it's very easy to scale, but also keep my risk relatively small when I stay with the micros right now. But on a day like this where we have no news, I'm not going to be increasing my size. In fact, I'll reduce my size to preserve capital. to make sure that I'm not doing anything stupid. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it shows on the screen, does it not? No, it doesn't. I can see that. Yeah, I can see why you'd see that. Yeah, because it's right off the screen. I didn't realize that. But I like where your mind's going, Blake. Because you don't need to get 30, 40, 50 handle moves. If you can become consistently profitable at getting 10 handles, man, you could change your life with the profits that you can make from trades like that. ES looks like it wants to go higher. Here's ES right here. And here is the previous day high. And this is all-time highs, I believe, as well. It's already... No, it's not all-time highs. All-time highs is sitting right here. But ES is bullish for sure. There's a 3-minute inversion to the upside right here. Yeah, I know. I feel that way two times sometimes, but it'll be here tomorrow. It'll be here tomorrow. Or no, not tomorrow. Monday. What do we got? Let's take a look at next week. Let's see what we got for next week. Here we go. Let's see here. Share screen. All right, so December 1st, we have no news. Oh, that's Sunday. Monday, we got PMI manufacturing. So we will be trading for sure Monday morning. You join us if you want. Tuesday, we'll be trading Jolts opening at 10 a.m. That will be a good day. ADP non-farm payroll. Wednesday, the last time we want to trade is probably Wednesday morning, and then we will probably take Thursday off. Thursday, there's unemployment claims, but then Friday, we have non-farm payroll, which the day before non-farm payroll tends to be a little choppy. We'll probably still be on stream, but I'll be reducing risk or maybe doing eval-only trades. So that's what next week. Next week is packed full with news, so it should be a good trading week. For those of you that are on here that may have not heard or may be interested, we are doing a Black Friday, which is today, sale for the Purpose Driven Trader Academy. If you're interested in the Purpose Driven Trader Academy, which is basically a day trading course, but with that comes the Discord, you can visit DTJ. Academy. And you can check it out there, and you can use the code. I think it's down in the description, but it's BF100. BF100 right there is the coupon code or the discount code to get a discount using into the Academy, which is also the Discord. In the Discord is where we chat, we do back testing. I've been back testing a 930 model. Today it worked out nicely. Past 2 days, besides bank holiday, it did not. But we're back testing that, working on that. But we chat and we communicate in there, and we ask questions. If you want to ask questions on me outside of the stream, that's kind of where all the action happens. And then, like I said, Discord, DTJ also is the discount code for Apex if you want to use Apex. So I don't use my live account nearly as much as I do my funded accounts because it's just less risk. It's less risk. And so I have 6 funded accounts, and I'll be looking to expand those to 10 here. I would like to do so by the end of this month. So we're watching this 3-minute right here. We want to see this 3-minute close above it. That's really what we're watching for. We still have a minute and a half left. But if you're interested in using Apex, you can use the code DTJ and get 80% off. And that code, it should be on the screen, 80% off for Apex. Okay, so while we have this 3-minute here, we have this 30 seconds sitting right here that I want to keep an eye on. Where are you going? Hang on a second, folks. So 30 seconds left here. Let's see how it wants to close. It is 11 o'clock, so we could see a nice push here. But if it does, I might look at it coming back down to this level first and then taking a long, depending on how it closes. See if it wants to come a little bit lower. Big Bad D, the only way to get into the Discord is by joining the Academy. So we did tap this 30 second, so we're watching it to see if it wants to still find support or if it wants to move higher. It's kind of what we're watching for. On the 30 second, we want to see this green candle close above this down close candle if we want to see any hope. Closed green. I mean, that's somewhat hopeful, but the 5-minute did close above this down close candle here. I mean, that's, let's see, 15-minute. We still got some time. Yeah. All right, so we tagged this 3-minute here. Let's see if it wants to find support in this. I don't know if I'm too hopeful on it. I like this 2-minute. We'll see if the 3-minute wants to violate it. Just waiting for a nice setup for me. Good reaction. Not quite a good enough reaction. Watching that 30-second, I wanted to see it close above it while it closed, while the 3-minute continues back higher. So that's attractive for a continue pushed higher. This candle depends on where it closes here in 30 seconds. See if it's gonna see if it closes above this 30-second as well. If it closes above that, that would be nice. Okay, no close there. It has to run through here. Come on. I'm trading NQ right now. This is the Nasdaq. It's failing to get above that 30 seconds. So we know this 30 second is significant. No, I don't. This is my micro. That's where I'd be taking trades. Don't have anything on right now. This is a nice breaker right here to the upside. We're going to try that. Low, high, lower, low. This candle right here closed right on it. I want to see this close right above that inversion. If we can't get above that inversion in the next 30 seconds, I'll probably close the trade. Gonna sell one contract there. Got two contracts left. There's a London high that's coming up right here. We just tagged the London high. I'm gonna sell one contract there because that was quite the reaction to that. We'll see if it wants to go any higher. And previous day high is sitting right here. This is previous day high on the Nasdaq. We're at the new day opening gap right now on the Nasdaq. From the 27th, we're sitting right at the low. There's a new day opening gap sitting right here. Then we have a new day opening gap sitting right here. So that's kind of what I'm watching right now, is seeing how it wants to react to those levels. Obviously, I want it to push through it. Guys, I might close this because I kind of want to be done trading for today. So if we can get this to close above this, I'm going to move my stop to the low of that order block. So if we close above this in the next 10 seconds, that's what I'm going to do, because I don't want to have it retrace down here and then come back up. All right, so there's the close. I'm going to move my stop to the low of that order block. And if I get stopped out, I'll be happy that I'm in profit and call it a day. All right, so there's stop out for about, what was that, 17 handles or so. Totally fine with it stopping out because I kind of want to be done trading for today. So we're going to call it a day, folks. I will be back on Monday back here. Thanks for joining me today. Use the code DTJ for your Apex eval accounts. Get 80% off. And then if you're interested in joining the Purpose-Driven Trader Academy, it's more than just day trading. It's about having a kingdom mindset and having financial freedom to have kingdom impact. So you can use that code BF100 if you're interested in checking that out. We'd love to see you in the Discord. to answer questions, help you guys make progress in your own personal trading journey. So God bless you guys. Hopefully you have a fantastic weekend, or you will have a fantastic weekend, a good Thanksgiving holiday. God bless you. We'll see you guys Monday.